butter s'mores cookie cake. So
Okay.
I'm going to make that one. And basically what I did with that, I started with chocolate sauce.
Do you always put some type of sauce on the bottom to hold the topping?
Yeah, you don't have to, but it helps hold it together when you go to cut it.
Oh, good
and then,
point.
yep, so with that one, I did that, just like you did, exactly.
Okay,
Put the
here, I'm gonna give
marshmallows
you
on.
those.
And then I added chocolate chunks on top.
Okay.
And then I burned it
Those look good.
with the
Pass me
torch.
one of those.
And then I put salted caramel, salted sea salt caramel on top. So
Okay, so I'm going to try to do what Christine's doing.
right.
Lulu's making a chocolate mess. Can I show you?
I made a heart.
Oh, yeah.
That's
It's a chocolate
Kind
heart.
Well, I keep eating my
some of
ingredients,
those.
so I don't have anything on
So
mine.
for the
Pass the whipped
s'mores,
cream,
instead
the
of
whipped
lighting up a
topping.
fire
No.
outside, you can light one in your
This
kitchen.
one
Hey, will
right
you do
here.
that to mine?
Sure.
I love that. We just like the
So
excuse
you
to get the
don't
torch out.
you don't need a man to create fire.
No,
You
we
just
do
need
not.
Sur la table.
Christine's
And
hot all by herself. Do
You
mine?
just need sur la table
Round,
and a
just round?
blowtorch.
Okay, so that is our favorite item in the kitchen, by the way, the torch.
The torch is the best. And
Oh,
so
that
you can
is
get
so
some nice
fun.
crunchiness
Little.
going.
Look at
You got a little
that.
flame.
We
just
got a campfire.
blow it out. And then
Aw.
I added some sea salt caramel to the top.
I just keep
So-
eating my ingredients.
Can you flame anything?
Pass that
like,
one
can you
right
flame
there.
it?
I'm licking
No,
my fingers.
that wouldn't.
like marshmallow.
Yeah, you have to have marshmallow
Okay.
or something on top.
All right, we are
that'll
like
burn,
small
so it'll end up
children
like
having
this.
a party here with cookie pizza because we're loaded up with candy and chocolate and caramel. And you can, Christine, do you sell these at Six?
Oh, we do them special order. We'll have some in the shop this weekend.
Okay, special
Definitely.
order cookie pizzas. These are a #1 request at my house for birthdays. You can get them from Sip's Bakehouse in Sarasota. Don't forget, after we eat this, we're going to need to go work out our abs with hot yoga with Yolanda and hot yoga for you. Lulu, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
We're not drinking wine, we're having sweets instead.
Okay,
so
one or the other.
We'll go one way or the other. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. Be sure to take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.
Are you supposed to use a fork?
An emotional goodbye for military families as 200 National Guardsmen leave Sarasota and head to D.C.
A deadline for a neglected Sarasota cemetery. The county gives the owners a cleanup mandate.
Plus, what the Bradenton Visitor Center is changing to keep the off-season busy. Your Suncoast News starts now.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us. Topping our news at this hour, Sarasota sends off 200 men and women from Florida's National Guard to defend our nation's capital.
Governor Rick Scott and family members attended the farewell ceremony at the 265th Air Defense Artillery Battalion, wishing these soldiers good luck on their 12-month deployment. ABC 7's Adam Cellini joins us with more on this unit's mission. Adam.
Scott and Haley, their mission will be ground-based air defense, patrolling the skies around Washington, D.C. from artillery vehicles below, described by one soldier as the last line of defense.
These soldiers are our A-team.
Applause and some tears filled the room Tuesday at the Army National Guard Sarasota headquarters. For Venice native Jackson Elniski, it was mostly tears as he said goodbye to his wife and 2 kids.
I'm sad. They really don't understand until I'm gone. My wife is obviously upset about it, but she knows that I'm in good hands and that I'm going to come home safely.
Signing on to protect the people of Florida, these 140 men and women will soon join another 60 members of the Lightning Battalion in Washington, D.C.
It made me feel pretty special. Know that we were picked out of the whole state to be able to serve our country and go to D.C., protect the people.
Governor Rick Scott among those formally thanking the unit and emphasizing the National Guard's value during acts of terror.
It's right after the terror shooting in Orlando. It brings it home that, we've got to focus on how we defend freedom, how we destroy ISIS.
Private Brian Anthony shared a personal moment with the governor and left inspired by the stories of victims and first responders in Orlando.
I feel good. I mean, I'm going out defending, help prevent another mass shooting, another 9/11. So to be able to be part of that, I feel like I'm doing right by my country.
Officers presented the unit with a state flag to be flown and returned following their deployment. Then it was one last hug before heading straight to the airport with a promise.
As long as the Lightning Battalion is on guard in the nation's capital, a 9/11 attack would not occur.
Since 9/11, Governor Scott says members of the Florida National Guard have deployed over 100 times. Scott and Haley, back to you.
Thank you, Adam. During his trip to Sarasota, Governor Scott also talked about how he's disappointed the Obama administration rejected his request for an emergency declaration. Scott made the request following the Orlando massacre under the Stafford Act, but the Obama administration is rejecting it, which means the federal government will not provide the $5 million to help with emergency response efforts, medical care, counseling, and other services to assist victims.
Personally, I was shocked. If you look at the things that they've approved in the past, and you look at that, it makes no sense to me why they wouldn't approve this.
The government, however, will allocate $253,000 to help pay for overtime for first responders. Governor Scott says he will appeal the Obama administration's decision to reject the emergency declaration request. This Saturday, a funeral service will be held for a Sarasota man who was killed in the Orlando nightclub shooting. Funeral service for Eddie Sotomayor will be held Saturday at 2 p.m. at Roberts Arena. The 34-year-old was known as Top Hat Eddie. He grew up in Sarasota and attended Booker High School. The service will be open to the public. Organizers are also welcoming anyone interested in joining them after the service for the St. Pete Pride and a candlelight walk from 5 to 8 p.m. at King of Peace Metropolitan Community Church in St. Petersburg. Guests are encouraged to wear white and a black top hat.
Sarasota Memorial Park cemetery workers are now cleaning the grounds there after the county mandated the park do so. Some residents have been upset over the lack of maintenance of the property, with tall grass and fallen branches blocking some headstones. Today, gardeners mowed and cleaned the grave sites. This comes just one day after a group of community members took it upon themselves to clean the grounds before they were kicked off the property. Those with family members resting there say it's crucial the cemetery be properly maintained.
My kids are here, my dad is here, my in-laws are here, and one day I'm going to be here. And my children, their remains is all I have left here. And I would like them to be in a nice place.
County is giving the property owner until the end of the week to get into code compliance, and an employee of Sarasota Memorial Park tells us it will be taken care of.
Manatee County commissioners have unanimously voted to place a voter referendum on the November ballot. The ballot will ask voters to consider a half-cent sales tax for local infrastructure. If the referendum passes, island officials and Longboat Key town manager Dave Bullock are looking to receive more than what Florida statutes will allow, asking the county to take 10% off the top of the tax strictly for infrastructure.
Under the default formula, Longboat Key would receive about $172,000 a year. If just 10% were reallocated based on tourist development tax generation, that would move to $320,000 a year.
Both Bradenton and Palmetto mayors disagree with Anna Maria taking 10% off the top, citing their cities are in dire need of improvements as well.
The Northport City Commission is not going forward with a special election. Commissioners had been debating on whether to hold a special election for Mayor Jacqueline Moore's soon-to-be vacant seat. Moore currently holds seat 4, but because of city redistricting, she will no longer be eligible for that seat. She's now running for the seat 2 spot. Today, city commissioners decided to ask the city attorney to talk to the supervisor of elections on how to proceed. The city attorney did say they may be able to appoint someone to Moore's seat.
Now it's time to get a check on our forecast, enjoying the last bit of that lower humidity.
Oh, it was gorgeous this morning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Here's Bob with more.
Yeah, I took advantage of it outside. A beautiful start to this morning. Low humidity, we're talking low temperatures into the upper 60s, even near the coast this morning. And that was a result of the dividing line now that separates us from that warm, deep tropical air just located south of Lake Okeechobee, all the way down into Cuba. And to the north, that dry air is still in place. So not many showers around. There's still a slight chance for an evening shower. But you can see quite clearly on the water vapor imagery that dividing line right there, stretching right across South Florida. And then the moisture is slowly going to be working its way northward, though, throughout the day tomorrow. So we'll get back into some of that tomorrow, more so on Thursday and Friday. Currently, it's 91. It's hot, but what's so nice is the dew point. It's 63 degrees. Normally, it's 73. And look at the humidity, 39%. We have an east wind at 6, and the pressure still relatively high, 30.04 inches, but it has been falling slightly. We're under mostly sunny skies right now, and things are looking good, as I mentioned, through this evening as far as rain goes. A few showers down south. That's been about it for us. We'll keep a less than 20% chance for a sprinkle or two to pop up through this evening. More in the forecast coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. If you plan to be out on the water this weekend, you will likely see more officers cracking down on boating under the influence. Officers with the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission will be taking part in Operation Dry Water. The national crackdown will run from Friday through Sunday. In Florida, it is illegal to operate a boat with a blood alcohol content level of 0.08 or higher. Alcohol use is one of the leading contributing factors in recreational boater deaths. Officers hope the enforcement campaign will remind boaters to stay sober.
The Bradenton Area Convention and Visitors Bureau is changing its marketing plan to try to get more tourists to visit the Suncoast during the off-season. The Bureau plans to cut spending during the months of January through May. During those spring months, the Bureau still plans to do some social media campaigns, but no additional marketing efforts. The agency is shifting its focus to the summer and fall seasons, which are typically a lot less busy. The idea is to keep the number of visitors more consistent throughout the year and not overwhelm the industry, which can lead to increased rates. Still to come in your Suncoast News, wildfires rage across 8 western states. Firefighters struggling in the extreme heat to keep the flames away from homes. We'll have the latest on their firefight.
And ABC 7's Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast. And later in Health Smart, hardworking women, how being a busy single mom with a job can affect your risk for heart problems.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
Did you know? Many dogs are returned to shelters simply because they lack obedience. Contact Canine Corral about various training programs. We train dogs and their owners. Canine Corral, where the love is.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Pomero Shop Furniture. After 66 years in Sarasota, we're still the leader in hard-to-find and custom-made furniture. We have literally thousands of fabrics and patterns to choose from, and our free in-home design consultation will help you create rooms in your home specific to your unique style. Our inventory changes daily, so come in today to see what's new. Plus, anything in our showroom can be part of your home the very next day. Pomero Shop Furniture, now with 3 locations.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Sarasota Ford.
The Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix offers 2 full days of racing just off Lido. Aquacross racing returns with more than 80 personal watercraft teams, along with 10 superstock boats, averaging 70 miles an hour. Then more than 30 powerboats take to the water, many topping speeds of 100. And don't miss the Boats on Main block party and meet and greet Who's in the Driver's Seat, events so you can meet the racers up close and personal.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford because Sarasota Ford guarantees you our lowest price on every new Ford every day. Save on America's best-selling truck, 39 years running, the Ford F-150. Fusions, Escapes, over 800 vehicles on-site or online, all on sale. Buy with 0% for 60 months. And now, get up to $2,000 trade assistance. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Now to the latest on those wildfires sparked by sweltering heat out west. 26 million Americans under heat warnings from Phoenix to Los Angeles County, and several hundred have been evacuated from their homes. Massive wildfires are burning across the west, even in Alaska.
Massive fire in back of our neighborhood.
A skyline of smoke in California. Two fast-moving fires in the Los Angeles area devouring dry brush. The fire scorching at least 5,400 acres.
Our big threat today is still that left side of the fire. That still is a very uncontrolled flank of the fire.
The two separate wildfires now being called by a single name, the San Gabriel Complex Fire. Its flames chasing people from their homes.
So far, we've evacuated about 770 homes.
Unpredictable winds, dry brush, and record hot temperatures in California are fueling the fires. Helicopters and planes sweeping in to drench the flames from the air.
Temperatures are high and the winds are now kicking up, so it's the perfect storm.
Excessive heat warnings in place not only in the Golden State, but also in Utah, Arizona, and Nevada. At least 16 large wildfires now burning across 8 states. Los Angeles firefighters stand ready to respond to new fires that may flare up. And crews say residents who haven't been evacuated from their homes yet should have their bags packed.
Get ready and get set to go early. Don't wait till the front is right in your yard.
The weather may actually start to help those firefighters. The coastal areas will be cooling off a little bit in the west the next few days, pushing some of that heat out east towards Colorado and Kansas.
It's been really tough in that whole region. It's just unbelievable.
I mean, people are not doing anything. I mean, you can't go sledding like you can with a blizzard or something, you know. I mean, even then, 125 degrees in Death Valley yesterday. We just talked to a reporter that used to work here, Liz Draper, years ago, and she's there, and she goes, "I'll trade you any day," because we had 60-degree temperatures this morning. So what a contrast it is right now. Different story for us. Nice full moon last night. This is a different color. We saw all the other regular ones, right, on social media. Well, this one is solarized. Mike Carbonero sending this one in from Osprey of the first time in a long time that we had a full moon on the start of the summer solstice. Won't happen again for like 70 years. And here's one from Casperson, Wayne Johnson getting this full moon last night. A lot of photos. I'll be showing those over the upcoming hour and a half. Now, as far as the Vanwees webcam goes, well, beautiful day out on Sarasota Bay. Boy, it was perfect out there. No threat of any thunderstorms, which usually are around 3:30, but nothing going on there now, and it looks like it'll stay that way too. As far as the tropics go, you know, we were watching Danielle yesterday. It was just a one-day storm for the most part, and now it is no longer even a tropical depression, as it has got rid of all of its energy over the mountains, mountainous terrain right here into Mexico. Nothing else really going on. Upper level low spinning here just east of the Yucatan. Things are fairly quiet right now, and we have that old frontal boundary down to our south. We'll have to watch it, but nothing going on. Titan radar picture showing a lot of moisture to the south of us, kicking off a few showers near Miami and over the Bahamas. But for us, we're high and dry, and I think it will stay that way too, right through much of Wednesday, although there's a little bit better chance of getting some showers tomorrow afternoon. The rain chance is jumping up a bit, but currently there's not much out there at all. The air is just too dry to allow anything to pop up. Currently at the airport, we have a few fair weather cumulus clouds around. It's still warm today, 91 degrees, but this is unusual. Take a snapshot of that, 39% on the first full day of summer here. East winds at 6 and the pressure 30.04 inches. This is still relatively high, holding steady right now. And that dew point temperature, you'll notice it's slowly going up tomorrow. More than likely, it'll be into the upper 60s. As far as temperatures go, right now, 86 in Jacksonville, the same in Orlando, 81 though with that rain in Miami, cooling things down. And temperatures near the coast into the mid 80s there. Inland areas a little bit warmer, 91 at Sarasota, 89 at Mayaca City. Currently, it's 90 in Northport and 84 in Inglewood. Well, again, lows tomorrow will be a little bit warmer than this morning, but still comfortable with that low humidity around in the low 70s, mid 70s near the coast. No real upper 60s unless you go way inland to Wauchula, and possibly Sebring will get close to 60 degrees. Well, this is the RPM forecast model showing a few brief showers. Unlikely we're going to see this much, but we may see 1 or 2 lone showers popping up. And then tomorrow we'll start with sunshine, some clouds moving in. Notice that dividing line is right about from Manatee County northward, where that rain will be as this kind of pushes off generally to the west. And it looks as though we will see just a few scattered showers. And then the real tropical moisture moves in on Thursday. Say goodbye to that nice, comfortable start to the days as the humidity will be back in place. And also a pretty good chance to see some showers and storms developing, especially east of I-75. Well, in the tropics, there's not a whole lot going on. As I mentioned, we were watching one model just to kind of show you what can happen. This one developed very quickly. We're watching that wave as it made its way across the Yucatan, had just enough chance to develop into a tropical storm and then move inland. Quite a bit of disturbances down here in the Western Caribbean. So nothing organized right now with this upper level low in place. We don't expect anything to develop anytime soon. Well, temperature 85 in Boston, New York City, 10 degrees cooler in Buffalo, 93 though in Kansas City, 94 in Salt Lake City, and Rapid City at 96 degrees. And get a look at this, 108 in Phoenix, Las Vegas now at 110, and it is starting to spread to the east into Dallas and looks like even into Kansas. Low tide at 9:29 tonight, and then a high tide at 3:46. The boating forecast looks good. Light chop through the next several days, really all the way through the weekend, and the 7-day forecast calling for increasing chances for showers and storms right in through the weekend. We may even see some late morning showers and storms near Friday and Saturday. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Let's get a check on Suncoast Traffic Watch right now. Traffic is backed up on State Road 70 in Manatee County. This is near Caruso Road, which is just west of Interstate 75. FHP tells us there was a 4-car crash in that area about a half an hour ago, but only, thankfully, some minor injuries from that. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, there is now a theory that migraines can be caused by gut hyperpermeability, a condition often dubbed leaky gut syndrome. It's activated by zonulin, a compound that our bodies produce to open up the tight junctions or the cells that line the intestines to let nutrients through. When those tight junctions open up too much and allow undigested food particles and pathogens to get through, it elicits an immune response that can cause migraines. Frequent use of antibiotics, an imbalance of good and bad bacteria, stress, and food sensitivities can all increase this gut problem. Although increased intestinal permeability is a recognized medical condition, leaky gut syndrome is not accepted by most medical professionals. Working single mothers may have a higher risk of heart disease and stroke than their married peers. That's according to a study of American and European women by Erasmus University Medical Center in the Netherlands. Compared with working married mothers, single women with children and jobs were 40% more likely to have heart disease, 74% more likely to have a stroke, and 77% more likely to smoke. A big new survey of benefits from the Society for Human Resource Management found that employers are cooling towards certain wellness benefits. Originally designed to cut employers' health costs, benefits like on-site flu shots, 24-hour nurse hotlines, health coaching, and insurance premium discounts for weight loss all have declined over the past year. For example, about half of employers offered health coaching last year, and that's down to just 37% this year. Coming up, the arguments both for and against letting hunters in Florida go after wild bears again this fall. Plus, it's raining ducks at Busch Gardens. A family gets a very weird surprise while waiting for a ride.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
You know what scares me? No electricity. Yeah, when this magical box suddenly stops working, I call the pros at Mr. Sparky and they send a superhero to save the day. How's it going, Pablo?
It's going great, Mike.
Pablo possesses amazing skill. He can perform incredible feats at blinding speed. Superhero.
Couldn't have done it without you.
Modest, too.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Just to be clear, I don't live here.
Sometimes, when the course is difficult and you might take a step where you could fall, it's important to trust and ask for help. That's one of the most important things we learned at Tidewell's Teen Grief Retreat. On your grief journey, there are going to be difficult parts, but you have to trust in yourself and your support systems and know there are people around who will help you make it through. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
I'm Dale Mast, and we're celebrating 40 years on the west coast of Florida.
It's our 40th anniversary, and it's time for a celebration, the Culligan Hydration Celebration. For a limited time, celebrate by taking $250 off any Culligan home system. That's $250 off Culligan water softener systems, drinking water systems, or whole house water filters. Help us celebrate our 40th anniversary, and remember,
for better water, pure and simple, call today and say,
"Hey, Culligan man."
College is the best starting line a Florida student could have. Since earning my degree at the University of Florida, I've gone on to be a NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Rookie of the Year and a team owner in the NASCAR K&N Pro Series. Thanks to the Florida Lottery, many more students will be off to the races with a brighter future. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
A bear hunt this fall would be broken into 3 4-day periods with hunters applying on a first-come, first-served basis.
That's the staff recommendation that will go before the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission tomorrow. The recommendation is among 4 proposals that have been put before the commission, which include holding the hunt similar to the one held last October, delaying another hunt until 2017, or prohibiting the hunt for the next several years. Those who are against the bear hunt say the state should focus on non-lethal ways to reduce human-bear interactions.
The opposition is growing. People are opposing this and getting louder and louder. Yet the FWC does seem to have their mind already made up that there will be another bear hunt this fall, and that's really disappointing because Floridians don't want it.
Meanwhile, gun rights supporters are urging the commission to increase the number of days from the 2015 hunt as a way to reduce the bear population. FWC officials say more specifics will be discussed when that commission begins a 2-day meeting in Franklin County tomorrow.